Hey, it's Chris, the Dating Doc, and what I'm gonna talk about is why do women like older guys? Okay, now I'm not gonna go into all this sugar daddy, sugar baby type culture, but what I'm gonna go into are the traits that a woman looks for and why she's gonna select an older guy compared to a young guy. So, first off, responsibility. Think about it this way. If you have the choice, put yourself in the shoes of a woman, if you're a man listening to this, and you are thinking, okay, I can either get with a young guy whose focus is Call of Duty, being on the wrong kind of websites, if you know what I'm talking about, and have zero game and zero character. He has no stories other than the fact that he tells me about the games he's played, right? Maybe a couple childhood stories, but no professional stories. Nothing that shows what got him to where he's at, because he might be in a similar age group. Now, look at option B, a man who maybe is older and might not be as much in shape, or he might even be in better shape than the younger guy. That is possible, but he's got a life story. He's got responsibility. He's telling how he manages the team, or how he's got his own business, or the fact that he went on an excursion and was able to hike 30 miles, for example, while at the same time still leading his corporate team. There's a lot more ammo to that story, right? There's a lot of more oomph. So that responsibility, right? The fact that you can look at a guy in his young 20s, more than likely professionally, the chances that he will be put in a role of responsibility are a lot less than an older guy who has shown consistency at work, whether it's his corporate workplace, for example, military, entrepreneurship. They have ascended through experience on that role of responsibility. And a woman likes that. That goes back to the tribal times. That goes back to the caveman times. A man that is responsible is an attractive man to a woman. Okay? So if you got, let's say you got clones. Okay, if you look at all factors stay the same with the exception of responsibility. If you got a 21-year-old clone and you got a 41-year-old man, okay, a woman's gonna say, look, this dude looks the same, just like the 20-something-year-old, right? Just a little bit older, 20 years older to be fair. But he has shown a track record, decades of being responsible. Don't you think she's gonna say, you know what? I'm pretty sure that's gonna stay consistent. Versus a 20-something-year-old who might be partying a lot, right? Maybe he's real popular in the nightclub scene and the bar scene, but then once he gets into his 20s and 30s, he's in debt to his eyeballs, still living in the same apartment complex, right? Because he can't move out, right? So that's an example of why a woman looks for responsibility. And age is an indicator of consistent responsibility or not. Now, before I move on to my next point, I understand that there's outliers. I understand that there's young guys who got it going on. They maybe were forced to grow up faster than they should have. And then you also have older men that are still making the same mistakes in life. They're still not being responsible. They haven't even been placed in a role of responsibility, and they're pushing in their 30s, 40s, and 50s on up. So I understand there's outliers. Given what I just said though, number two, okay, the number 2 point on why a woman wants to be with an older guy is the experience to cut through the BS. Let's take it like this. You're playing a video game and you keep failing the same level. You're supposed to hop twice to get to the same level, right? Let's say it's like Mario, right? Let's take it old school. And you keep falling into the pit and you have to redo the level over and over again until you realize it takes you 2 hops to get to the next level and not fall into the pit. Stay with me now. A man who's older already knows it takes 2 hops and he doesn't break a sweat. He doesn't even brag about the fact he got to the next level. Younger men, it takes some time to get that OJT, on the job training, whether it's dating, whether it's their job On-the-job training means learning through experience. So if you knew, well, by the time you're in your 30s or 40s, that woman play a game where they'll text you, they'll leave a little breadcrumb text, they respond days later, they don't respond. After a while, you have built trend analysis. If you're an older gentleman, you have built trend analysis on what a time waster is, and you're not gonna invest time into those kind of women. If you're a young guy, you're wide-eyed. You may not know all of this unless you're getting information from what I'm telling you right now. You may not know that if a woman is slow to respond after a certain couple days, you may still be chasing her. You may still try to get her attention and validation. Where a man that's older in age, he's got a business to worry about, he's got bills, a house, okay? He's a manager of some company. He doesn't have time to play with that BS. So guess what? He has learned to be a lot more efficient because he has built experience to cut through the BS, okay? And women pick up on that. You see women that say, I'm done playing games. I'm looking for a man that doesn't want to play games. Okay, well, first off, it's a whole nother episode, no whole nother YouTube video. The fact that they have to put that out there, right? Obviously, they have invited themselves into being played on. Anyways, I digress. My point being is, if you're a man who doesn't play the games, and you can sense that, a woman can sense that through aura, through confidence, then she's gonna be more likely attracted to you because she's gonna think, well, he's not about wasting his time, and I don't wanna waste his time because I'm trying to get him, okay? Whether I'm trying to get the bag, right? Or they're trying to have a serious relationship, they're gonna go with a guy who doesn't play those games. A third reason, okay? Third reason, I did that little power pause for a reason. Third reason that an older gentleman is more attractive to a younger woman is a fact, which is the obvious one here: track record of credit, of health and wealth, okay, which all ties in together. Health and wealth has been shown. It kind of relates to that first point I made, so I'm not gonna go too deep into this. If a man in his 40s is still consistently going to the gym, keeping themselves in shape, working on themselves, versus some sack of potatoes that's hanging on the couch in his mid-20s that doesn't clean his apartment, he doesn't take care of himself, he hardly sleeps, it's gonna catch up. We've seen too many gentlemen out there that burn out. You've seen them. Your hometown quarterback who's now working at McDonald's, right? He was an all-star quarterback. He had abundance of choice when it came to women. And now he's got an abundance of choice on how many ketchups you need, right? So take care of your health and wealth. Show that consistency, even in your older age. And a young woman's gonna be like, all right, bet. Because she doesn't want no tired, out of shape grandpa. She wants an older guy that's up on game, that takes care of their health and wealth, okay? Not just because of her, but because of him. She's gonna feel that confidence. And the fact that he's responsible, right? There's plenty more reasons that a younger woman's gonna want to be with an older man, okay? I can go on and on, but I'm gonna keep it at this, just for, YouTube reasons. I'm not trying to drag it out. If you enjoyed this though, comment below, tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong, give me more reasons why a younger woman would wanna go with an older man. And I'm not talking about just this, we know that, that's obvious. Hope you liked it. Click and subscribe. It's the Dating Doc signing out. Peace.